Welcome back to another video.
Yes. We're
Making another appearance once again.
Yeah.
Infamous Pathfinder.
Pathfinder. Oh, I think this is the same deck as the match versus Jahome 2 weeks ago.
3 weeks, 4 weeks. We're just pumping out content, so you should like and comment, subscribe to the channel. Just be like, damn, these guys, assorted animals are
animals. They're animals.
Savage. Yeah. So going into your deck, I mean, walk us through a bit what's going on.
Okay, I just want to say really fast that whatever you feel, not you listening, feels about Pathfinder, if it's negative with peace and love, you're wrong. Okay? You're just wrong. Because this avatar is a lot of fun. It is card advantage without being blatantly card advantage, even though maybe it is blatant. But honestly, I just like, if ever you've regretted having to draw a sight, you just don't have to worry about that anymore. Okay? And on top of it, I feel a lot of people play either mono fire, like just fire, or fire splash with Pathfinder. And don't get me wrong, I love Pathfinder and I love those elements, but I do find you could be more exciting with Pathfinder, and I think Earth Air is more exciting, and not just because I'm playing it. It's more like I believed that and therefore built, as opposed to I built and I believe that. So I mean, I just think Earth Air as a combination of, so not individually, just like as a combination of two elements, I think Earth Air is the strongest. This is a personal opinion. This is not a statement.
So my question to you is, because you're playing the Pathfinder, do you feel the Frontier Settlers are a necessity, or you think that's something that can be considered to be cut out because you're just kind of drawing into it? So like if you play, a minion or something to put like a 4 power, something a bit beefier instead of having the Frontier Settler.
So the Frontier Settler...
Like, what's the reasoning behind it?
So the Frontier Settler is here because Leprechaun can't be played. And I would play Leprechaun in most Earth decks. Okay. But drawing sights is useless with Pathfinder. So to replace the Land Surveyor / Frontier Settler kind of concept of having, drawing sights, I put the Frontier Settler to fill that void slightly. But also it's nice because as Pathfinder goes right, Frontier Settler can go left. Okay. And the whole idea with Pathfinder is I'm just gonna absorb this whole realm with sights. So while I'm occupying the right side of the board or the left side, my Frontier Settler is gonna help, go at least 1 or 2 if I draw both into the other side, so I can really expand across the whole realm. Yeah. The idea with the deck was play as many beefy big boys. Yeah, the Titans are scary. Yeah. I mean, the vampires are just awesome. Exactly. I wanted to play all of these things. Basically, it's like Jahome's Avatar of Air deck, just without the cards, with the lower end, the troll and the lepers, right? So, instead I have the Falconer, which is thins my deck. It's like a 2-for-1. Yeah, exactly. I get the second card, so I don't mind drawing this late game because it's gonna pull something out. Then I have 2 things on the board, right? So that I'm happy with. And the idea was play all these big things, including even Craterize, because what we're trying to do here is just play a site every single turn while I draw. So I'm going to have card advantage and enough sites to do it all. So play all the big boys and all the grapple shots, the Gigantism, the Earthquake, go to town. And that's the plan. So we're playing against you on your very terrifying Knight's Tale. Yeah, I mean, this has been featured on the channel before. It has. Sorcerer. Unfortunately, it hasn't. I don't think it's won on the channel, but my win rate with this deck is extremely high. It's quite high. But every time I go on camera, it's I just don't draw great. It's you can't win them all, but sadly you're not winning the ones where you're on camera. Yeah, I'm this deck is good, I swear. Give it a chance. Listen, you're lucky you're doing this with me, because I can definitely attest to all the games we've played on this table right behind us where it has not gone in my favor. Yeah, I think since this has been played, I do believe I cut the mix, and I think there's maybe one other card I changed, but the bulk of it is pretty much the same. Yeah, and I think the flanking maneuver as well I took out. Yeah, I remember you saying something about that. Yeah, so I just opted to put in more minions. I felt like just wanting to draw more minions, just that's why really just smash with my creatures and
overwhelm the opponents as quickly as possible.
And that's actually why you reduced the number of grapple shots, right? Was because you were drawing them, but not the minions to go with it.
Yeah, so I had 4 at one point, I put it to 2. I'm testing right now. I took out 1 flanking maneuver, 1 mix, and I'm trying Summoning Sphere, which is not in this video.
Yeah.
But my new version is Summoning Sphere. The plan is to now have Jihad, Summoning Sphere, just attack from everywhere. So now you're like,
airdrop.
You're thinking, okay, I could block this side, you can't come in, but then I drop a Summoning Sphere.
Yeah.
Now I can just drop a monstrous lion. I can drop a Sir, Lamric,
and literally anything.
Yeah, anything I want almost. So it's really. That has performed pretty good. So I haven't played enough games with those kind of changes, but
the theory is 100% there.
Yeah. So and the knights, when I'm able to actually pull them out, do really well. The Sir Lamric has done really well. To this date, I think I've played like 15, 20 games with this deck. I've never pulled out a Courtesan Tides, not once. Never drew it.
Damn.
Never drew it.
Damn.
So
I've been having a lot of fun with that card lately, as you're aware of.
Yeah.
I've been telling you the stories every single time they happen. It's been an absolutely insane card. So this is me praying and wishing that you draw it soon so you can experience what I've been experiencing.
Yeah, it's a great card, and I actually do own this alpha version, which artwork is phenomenal.
Yeah, I think we kind of went in together, right? We bought a bunch of the
Franzetta arts, and I really love what this card can do. I just want to experience it. Yeah. But going back to the deck, I mean, it's just, charge minions, smash,
high
blaze to kind of like work around certain sites sometimes, or certain minions, and grapple shots and all that good stuff. So
and here, before we get to the game, let me just point out that this is your name on Curiosa, and you also have a primer. So please,
for this one, yes, I do.
If anyone's curious on his thinking on how this deck is played,
I still have to add the sites, but all the cards are there.
Yeah,
my reasoning behind all the cards.
So give it a read. Give it a comment and a like.
All right, let's go to the video.
Let's get into this.
So we got already me playing Ruins at this point. So we got... Oh, and by the way, for those of you watching, this is actually a bonus video. Because
there will be a bonus video.
It's this one.
Well, this one, okay, so in real life, this was the bonus game.
Okay.
But on the video, we're putting the first game as the bonus game. So when this is done, stick around because there's
there's actually 2 matches.
There's a second match in this one. Yeah.
So we're testing something a little different, and
but at the same time, once actually no, I never mind. I was gonna say something, but I think it's too much of a spoiler, so I'll never mind. Yes, we are testing something. Let's just leave it at that. Okay, Fine Courser is one of my top cards. Not overall in the game, but when I'm playing specific things like Pledge Butcher or the Pathfinder, right? Things that would like to be in better positions throughout the game.
Yeah, carrying your exactly, carrying your allies around and
So here's like a situation where if I really felt like I needed to, I could carry him back to 18 and then build on 17. So that's why I brought the Warhorse.
It makes a lot.
The Courser.
Yeah, the thinking behind it makes sense.
Yeah.
I think with Pathfinder, I think the right amount of, like, you can only play like Earth, air, or like 2.
You
can't do 3. I think it's just impossible because you're not deciding what's being put on the field. So I think...
like one of the things that I really appreciate about Air Earth for Pathfinder is the fact that even if you do get kind of screwed in your first 2 or 3 site drops, your hand is waiting with the 4 and 5 costs that are so impactful. So it's like you can kind of afford to get a little screwed at the beginning.
Yeah. So like if you're having like, I can agree with that. So it's like if you're like, oh, I can't play anything for 4 turns, you put down your 5th site, and then suddenly your opponent's like coming, and then you're like, oh, well, here's an earthquake. So you clear the board, and then next turn you're dropping God knows what, and just like a vampire, a phalanx, whatever. So it's just
Okay,
so that's a root spider.
I put a root spider under 18 in anticipation of the site being played on 13. So if you
makes sense.
There, you either can't attack in, or I can then come to disable you. But I wonder if you build on 9. Yeah, I was gonna say it's possible you just go to 9 here, which is what you did, right? So
I think my thinking behind this was like I cut him off there. So he's gonna have to use his horse to go along, to go on the other side, and then I could kind of cut you off. Like I'm trying to cut you off so you can go past 10 and 6. Like I don't want you in that area.
Yeah.
So the most you're gonna get is at least half the board, at most. And I'm like, I don't need him surrounding one side, and I'm trying to deal with problems, and then you just sneak your way across with the horse on the other side, but then you cut me off. And
this is the only issue is that oh, nice. Okay, yeah. It's like if you go to 10, I just go to 14, and then if you go to 13, I'd have to have a blink or something to jump across the board, right? Like, but then the Sorcerer is there to help me a little bit. It's just that he's defenseless. So if you play on 10 and want to kill it, because you know I'm gonna start. Also, if you play on 10, I can just use the horse to carry me into 10, and then build on 5 and 4, and just keep the Pathfinder is so cool. Honestly, I'm just such a cool avatar. Yeah, I'm so fond of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 5 sites for your avatars.
Yeah, I'm seeing. Usually, I don't play like this with the Sorcerer deck. Usually, like 4 is my cutoff point.
Yeah, but see, you might have felt inclined to stop me, right?
Yeah, well, your Hippogriff's kind of like, okay, this is like problematic. So I just said I'm gonna play the site, play double imp.
The hell was that? Oh, because that's movement +1.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, you just killed basically.
So now I'm like, okay, I could come in maybe
attack for 4.
Attack for 4.
Unless I play something.
Oh, okay, there you go. Yeah.
That's
your root spiders are doing a lot of work this game. So it's just.
I have to say, I think root spiders is one of the reasons that was. I think I even said it last week or whenever one of the videos 2 weeks ago. I think root spider is one of the cards that. Like, I knew I was going to play this game, but when I saw that card and its mechanic and how it interacted with the whole realm, I was in. It's like Cammy mentioned, it was the Pudge Butcher.
He said
when he was playing, he was like, hey, this is a really great game. The art is beautiful and this is really awesome, but like, am I going to buy into this game? Maybe not. I'll just keep playing whenever. And then he saw the Pudge and it was like, okay, I'm into that. I'm into this game. Like, he couldn't, like, it was too much. It was so good. So.
I think there's always like, people who are introduced to this game, there's always going to be that one card that really just like drew them in.
Mm-hmm.
The art, like a specific art on a card.
Yeah.
That just like, wow, what is this?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, you're right. 100%.
For me, it was
art
like,
is so powerful.
yeah, one of the cards too is like Lady Zoe. So
okay, nice.
Yeah.
Have you seen her foil?
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, it's gorgeous. It is. It is like I'm not like super like into foils. If I crack them, fine. Or if they're like super cheap. But that's like one foil I'm probably gonna. Yeah, it's just I think Marco had one. I was like, this is. Oh, you had it. So I was like, this is a gorgeous card.
There was actually
gorgeous art, and then foil was just like, wow.
There was actually a post made on the official Sorcery page on Facebook where they said, "Show us your favorite foil," and I put that Lady ISO in 3 seconds. I was like, I think this might be the nicest foil I've seen in any card game.
Yeah.
Like, it's that great. Okay, let's get back to the game. So the spiders, honestly, they do a really fantastic job of just stopping you from doing whatever the hell your plan was, right?
Yeah. So like my plan was to go in, and just swing in for 4. Your spider stops me there.
Well, you would have swung for 6 even because of the jihad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, when your warhorse came to you, it was a good turn last turn. But what's interesting, right, is now that everyone's now that there's so much hype around that Steam Druid, that Geyser card is a really good way of killing spiders, right? You flood the site, they just drown.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to admit, I got into the hype train and I kind of built my own version of the Steam. I changed a few cards. Yeah. And that's why usually I see like what's working really good. I take the deck, I look at it, and I'm like, I want to make it my own. I at least try to understand what it's doing, and then like I add like what I call my cards, add my flavor to the deck kind of. So it's I played 2 games with it yesterday against you, like lost both, but I think they were like so close, and I've made like a few changes since.
Okay, yeah.
It's really, really great.
It's a terrifying deck.
What's terrifying is my warhorse is surrounded by all your bats and horses, but I feel like I'm in a farm here.
Yeah, I think the spider's going to be taking care of that for a while, though.
But okay, I was like, yeah, your approach is going to be disabled, but then you're wise to.
Here's the fun part about spiders disabling the units on top. If it's
isn't your Pathfinder on top of a copse?
It is.
So you cannot shoot the projectile. I hope you don't shoot it at some point.
I hope I don't shoot it either, but I do have the courser that can move the pudge.
Yeah, okay. I don't remember this game.
Yeah, I don't remember either, but yeah.
Let's hope we didn't make that mistake.
See, but it's kind of interesting, right? Because, like, it might have been wrong for you to play that site on 10 to stop my path. Because, like, look, you're not going to play sites the whole game to match me. It's not happening. I'm going to get as many sites as I want. So maybe we were better off, like, not changing your play style, if possible, right?
Yeah, that's
just true. To, like, deal with me, but whatever. We'll see what happens. Also, what's happened with that glare? What is that card? Is that still an imp?
Yeah, that's still an imp. Yeah, there was a light. There was like a neon light on the side.
Oh,
it was on for like half an hour. It was on for like half. I think one of the bar managers that put it on.
Okay.
And I think eventually it got shut off.
Okay, because this is one of the games where we recorded with our phone.
Yeah,
right?
This is with our phone and.
Okay, yeah, we mentioned I think 2 videos ago that we didn't have JS with us that night.
I think there was that other video and this one. I think that's pretty much it. The rest of the videos are pretty.
Well, one of them was just awful. We had to just get rid of it.
Yeah, we had to scrap like 2 games. I think
just one. Yeah.
Yeah. So we try to put out good content for the people.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, blazing your guy. Nice. Nicey nice.
So
kills 2 things. 100%.
Yeah, Blaze doing it's
incredible.
It's a great card. So
and attack for 3 now too, right? Because of the jihad. Yeah, let me tell you, don't be like me. Don't lose to Blaze 5 times before realizing it should be in your fire decks. Just put that thing in your fire decks.
Yeah, I swear by that card. It's great. It can't be intercepted.
Yeah. You know, I'm saying all this, and I don't even have it in the Avatar fire deck that I made today. I didn't put Blaze. But I was
yourself out.
Yeah, seriously. I was feeling more about. I was just trying to focus more on like the damage dealing cards. But yeah, interesting.
Because Blaze just moves it around.
Yeah.
Deals 2 damage, and depending where your minions are, if it deals 2 damage, and then you attack, and then it gets it's put it in. It's great. I swear by that card.
Yeah, the problem is like. When you get to these fire decks, it's so easy to just go 3 red caps, 2 lions, 2 clamor, 3 warhorse.
Yeah, but it's kind of like old school Magic. What do you? Playing mono red. Okay, Wheel of Fortune, Lightning Bolt, Chain Light. Blah 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 blah.
See, I gotta cut through. I gotta cut 2 to 3 cards from maybe these big, expensive cards.
You could just sell me your cards, and then you have them to cut.
But Blaze is good. All this to say, Blaze is good.
Yeah.
And then, oh wow, you had the Saracen Raiders come in too? Shit.
Yeah. So I'm feeling pretty good right now.
But how much mana do you have? Did we skip it? Did we miss a turn? Was
Blaze?
Cost 3? Like, did I then go? And then
I think you.
And then you played Saracen? Well, no, because now I'm. What's happening?
Did I cheat?
Did you cheat? No, there's a mix. There's a mix.
Oh, yeah, okay. There you go.
There's a mix. Yeah, don't pudge. Please don't pudge. Please don't pudge. Okay, good. I pudged in the right direction.
For now.
Yeah. So far, so good.
So far, so good.
So far, we know what we're doing.
Yeah. So you're just wanting to deal with my raiders. Yeah. So that too, I mean, your imps, not your imps, but your spiders took care of my imps. Then they taking care of my other imp again. The raiders. Then you have your vampire. So that's an interesting placement for your vampire.
Well, it protects against your jihad minions if they come in, right?
Oh, yeah, okay.
And I can move a spider next turn and kill one of your things and gain 4 life.
But you don't need to do that. I'm trying to deter you from making good moves.
Right.
I'm trying to steer you in the wrong direction to make me look much better on camera next time so I could win.
I should just flip the table. That's what I should do.
Yeah, you save that for TTS, right?
Yeah.
So,
but hey, this game's not done, and maybe you'll finally get your on camera victoire.
Maybe
that's the plan here. But no, yeah, you gotta excuse me, you gotta really deal with that spider and having. Sorry, not spider, the vampire. I mean, the spiders too, but you can't. I don't think you can, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you have River of Flame.
I do have River of Flame.
I mean, obviously it's in like an awkward location. I mean.
Yeah.
But that would deal with them. Yeah, it'd be good if we could see how many cards are in our hands. Something we can maybe be conscious of for future videos to like when we're done, put the cards on the table somewhere.
Well, once again, I mean, usually we tend to see some of the cards, but this was done with the phone, so
the phone, yeah.
The surface area to record is a little limited. So,
hey, but at least we kept the Assorted Animals logo on the playmat visible.
Yeah, at least that.
That has to count. Hey, I heard you heard too, right? Like, there's a decent waiting list for the playmats finally on our forum. We got some nice people, but
13,
13,
yeah.
I just if anybody who's on that list is listening, just please patience because we want to get a few more, and
obviously the more people that order, the cheaper it is.
The cheaper it'll be, right? So,
and we don't want to do like 2 separate shipments. So, and our tech guy who's taking care of like all this is currently moving and all this other stuff. He has personal stuff going on. So he's like MIA for a little bit. So we're still waiting to get more people on the list. So for people who order the playmats, sit tight and we will surely get them out to you ASAP.
Well, you're having a bit of a drunken moment here. I want to attack your vampire. I can't. It has airborne. I want to attack your pudge. You can't because you're going to lose the +1 power.
Yeah. I'm like,
I'm going to take this card back and try again. But yeah, so anyways, all that to say, a little bit of patience with the playmat. We're extremely excited with the interest. We're so happy that people like it. And we're passionate about this. So please, if you feel like we're forgetting it or ignoring you, we're absolutely not. We're thinking about this thing every day. I promise you that.
But going back, I should have attacked where your vampire was anyways.
I just attacked for 5?
Yeah. I should have just done that.
The only problem
I think that was probably... Because then you would have blocked...
I don't think so. Because I just moved the spider there next turn. I can move...
Yeah, but at least I'm dealing 5 damage to you.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I gain 4 back the following turn.
Yeah, I suppose. But you'll... If you attack me, then you'll die, so you'll gain 4, but at least the vampire will be gone. I think looking back, I probably should have just said, you know what, I'll attack you there. You sack your vampire, do what you want, or if you sack your vampire, my line still lives.
Oh, actually...
You gain 4.
No, because the pudge... I just put your lion the next turn, actually.
Yeah, I know, but at least your vampire is gone.
No, it won't be gone. That's what I'm saying. I moved the spider to 19. I attack.
Yeah, but it has charge. I could have played the lion, charge, attack you immediately.
Yeah, 5 damage. I go to 3. Then next turn, I move my spider. I attack your imp, gain 4.
Yeah.
Kill your lion. Now you have a blocker.
Yeah, but if you move your spider, my imp is now available to attack.
Was that I move it because I'm going to be coming in to...
Yeah.
Okay, what am I doing? Why did I move both spider? Why the hell did I move both spider? Oh, okay, that's why. Whirling Blades is gross, and that's 8 life, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely, if you're a fire or aggro deck, the last thing you want to see is I'm gonna attack for 4 too, right? That's 12 life. Wow.
Disgusting.
Vampire is great. And if we can keep hammering, 4 power is relevant.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because I'm like, even if I bring up the bats, your vampire still won't die.
Kills, yeah.
So
okay, that Whirling Blade put me in a really solid position.
Yeah, I think that kind of changed. For me, okay, I could still apply a bit of pressure to you now, switching it over to your advantage, and so that's the problem too. Sometimes with the decks, you're drawing into the bats, but sometimes you don't want to draw that mid game.
Mm-hmm.
So the bats sometimes feel kind of bad, but they also deal with the root spiders pretty well.
They do deal with them extremely well.
Yeah, so that's why I kind of kept them in, because the root spiders are sometimes really problematic for me, and for me it's kind of semi-creature removal for the spiders. It either use it to attack, or if you're playing your spiders, I just borrow it, move across.
Yeah.
And then eventually it clears the path for me, where then I could use my other minions to come in and, smash and deal damage.
So we can't hear anything, but did you just cheat some geets?
What did I do?
You attacked my vampire and vile imped, then drew a card, and then tapped your avatar and drew a card. Did you just like do all that stuff before drawing for? Like, I mean, like, did you just forget to draw for turn, and that's why you drew 2 cards? Because you definitely killed my vampire before drawing. You drew 2 cards there. I don't know.
This is the man who's frustrated draws an extra card for turn.
Yeah.
Didn't you read?
Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot. That's the silver rule. The Sylvan rule. The silver rule. Yeah, not the golden rule. The silver rule.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, the glare is a bit of a nuisance.
Yeah,
but it's only a couple of videos. We try to put out good quality.
I think we do. We put out good quality.
I think so.
This is all, even honestly, dude. For like, it's 1 site being weird, maybe 2 for a phone. It's pretty good still, right? Like, this is nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, finally a bat kills a spider, or vice versa. I guess I use my spider to kill your bat. I put that thing back in the same spot.
Interesting. Maybe you're just worried about Jihad. I think that's your way of protecting the 4 squares.
Yeah, but maybe why not put it on
4 sides?
I should have put it on 15. No, same concept. I can still block all the locations and attack you on 10. Right?
Well, you can put it on 14.
Where the spider? Oh, my spider's there.
Why, you just move your spider?
Oh yeah, but you think it's tapped though, so like.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. So maybe 15. You come in, you swing, and then.
So I actually really like the general idea of the placement of those pudges, like to have 1 to cover the second row and 1 off center from the first one to cover the bottom row. But you have to be very careful because that is extremely earthquakeable.
Yeah.
Like, that's how you lose both of them, right?
Yeah.
So you got to be very careful. Like, even though it's good to have 1 on 1 row and 1 on the second row, be careful because earthquake.
Like, if you have it on, let's say, 18 and 11, a bit further apart, then that's not so bad.
Exactly.
But yeah, like that 4 square, 2x2, that's really.
But definitely having a pudge on the 10 row.
I think you're feeling confident because I'm not playing Earth.
Yeah, true.
I think you're like, okay, I'm not like infiltrate. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do.
You know, the only problem with the infiltrate though, which I don't say that in any way because I respect the card infiltrate so much and like I love that card, right? Mm-hmm. The only problem with it I find is like if you are behind, it's your whole turn, right? So like my board is significant and you stole one of my pudges because you needed to, so it's like more desperation. But it didn't swing the game in your favor.
No,
right?
But it helps me. Like, it stalls me for a turn. I mean, now you have to move your vampire up 1.
Yeah, I gotta get
your pudge can't move. So even like now next turn you have to play sight.
Oh, Boudica.
Yeah, so. And you're back up to 20, eh?
Yeah, well, yeah, because I gained 12 life from that vampire turn.
Disgusting. Yeah, so I'm just like, you know what? This is
oh wow.
Grandmaster Wizard, okay, fine. Draw 3.
Yeah,
just kick a man while he's down.
Grandmaster Wizard carries games so hard, honestly. Like, if it wasn't for how efficient and easy and recurring the Ring of Morrigan is, I'd almost call Grandmaster Wizard more of a carry than the Ring, almost.
Yeah.
You know,
like I need that card in Death Speaker. I need it to carry me over. Or at least if I'm like common sense for Apprentice Wizard, let's say I pink it with the Ring, it goes in the graveyard, I resummon it. Mm-hmm. From the graveyard, I draw another card. But the Grandmaster Wizard, especially if like you draw 3, it happens to die, goes to the graveyard, cast it again for another 3 man, and then that totally changes the game for me 100%. Then Summoning Sphere, Jin, just like then Smash Face, or just have like a bunch of answers like Poison Nova and all this other all these other minions or stuff like Death Dealer or stuff, so yeah, Grandmaster Wizard I think is I want to say maybe like top 5 most powerful cards. Fight me on this, but I'd say it's like top 5, honestly.
It's 100% in the top 10. Like 100%.
I'd say it's like at number 5, 6 or 5.
Yeah.
Maybe like number 6, but it's like mid top 10 in that 5 or 6 range.
You kind of just have to realize like you play enough, right? And you see enough of the cards over and over again. There was a few cards that when they come down, you just go, God damn it! Like not again, right? Like an Atlantean Fate.
Yeah,
It's definitely a top 5.
Yeah.
Like that card comes down and everyone cries. Poor Mathieu last Sunday. Oh God, it was his first time coming to play in our group. First match versus Carl, gets Atlantean Fated. Second match versus me, gets Atlantean Fated. Just like what a disaster.
So yeah, you're a unicorn right now. Not happy to see that.
Hey, but if you can Boudica, you can attack for like 8, right? Or 11.
Okay, so I opted to grapple shot your pudge and attack, so I'm happy with that trade.
Just get it dead.
Yeah, I just need it out. Because now you got, like, your unicorn.
But I'm disabled because of my spooter.
Yeah, so I'm like... And I'm feeling kind of like...
I don't think your hand is prepared for the situation on the board, though. Like, you have the monstrous line, which can clear my unicorn.
Yeah, for sure.
But the Boudica is like... Boudica is an incredible card, and even when it's like dead in your hand, it's not dead in your hand. This card is terrifying. Obviously, it's not going to do anything for you in this particular situation. What just happened? I pudged... Wait, what the hell?
I pudged...
How did the... Oh, I earthquaked. I just earthquaked to kill your pudge.
Yeah.
Well, my pudge.
I'm like, that's great.
Yeah, I figured maybe I was putting so much pressure on that I just like...
Yeah, so now you put your cops at the bottom. Like, that's... When I'm playing Archimongo, I see cops, that's like... I put cops, Archie on top, no projectiles or anything. That's protecting the Archie.
And then your next site is either Gnome Hollow or Perilous Bridge.
Because if there's like grapple shot, if there's any of these projectiles, firebolt, like anything...
Yeah.
That's...
which is why whenever you play Perilous Bridge on 13, right, like right above it, it's impossible to get it.
Yeah.
And then like you just win. Because it's like I got to go around you for 5 turns, and at that point, your card advantage is out of this world already.
Unless you have like a ruler of Thal and you come in.
Yeah.
So I'm not feeling great right now. You're just like with your unicorn smash.
And I just put another pudge though.
Yeah, so you drew all 3 pudges. You drew Earthquake. You have your 2 Root Spiders. You drew Grandmaster Wizard. It was tough.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. Whirling Blades. It was just you really drew good. I mean, your deck list is pretty solid. So and then you're just like not drawing from your Atlas. I mean, I might consider building a Pathfinder deck number 8.
Yeah, take number 8.
Add to cart.
Add to cart. Yeah,
add some cards.
The Pathfinder avatar is a bit pricey. Nowhere close to the alpha ones, but it's still like $20 or something. I don't know if it's changed.
What, for the foil?
The Pathfinder? No, just regular Pathfinder. At least it was when I bought it. I don't know if it's come down.
Pathfinder avatar.
It was expensive, yeah.
I don't think it's that price anymore. I would have thought it would have been like $2.
Yeah, it's like like $20, $25.
Huh.
Well, I don't know.
Interesting.
Oh, no, wait, hold on. Those are alpha. No, yeah, beta. 25. Beta.
That's interesting. Yeah, but this is Canadian eBay, so that's...
Yeah, but still, you're probably looking to spend more than 15, we'll say. Right? But anyways, also, I think it's one of the only uniques. Like, there's like 3 unique avatars. I don't know if you are aware of that.
Which are the 3? I'm not sure.
I think Witch is one of them.
Yeah, Witch is one. Maybe Pathfinder.
Witch and Pathfinder are 2 uniques. Which is an interesting question. So yeah, there you go. There's that lion killing the unicorn as predicted, right?
Yeah.
There's a card, King's Council. Draw a card for each unique ally. Does that mean if you're playing Witch or Pathfinder, they count? Somebody please answer that question, because like it says unique ally, and on Curiosa these 2 avatars. Yeah, but that's
okay. Unique
ally. Yeah, you're an ally. Are you not an ally?
I guess.
Or like somebody else has to cast it. Like if you cast it, you're not your own ally.
Yeah, I think it's every other. I don't think it's including your own.
But isn't it like what if my Grandmaster Wizard casts it? Then it's seeing my avatar as an ally? Then it works? Like, I don't know. Somebody should please answer that question. Does King's Council count Pathfinder and Witch in its math?
Yeah. So you got what, the 9th Legion?
Yeah, that card sadly has been taken out. Because I lent the deck to somebody and they just didn't want it, so we took it out. but I love that card.
Yeah, you have to cast it to a corner, right?
Yeah, it must be cast to a corner, but it has Void Walk, so I can go to any corner with a Void, and then it comes back to my hand when it dies. So it's like a Sir Tom, but it's like a 6-power Sir Tom. Jesus. So if we get to this point, which you will with Pathfinder, yeah, your avatar getting pudged must be brutal, right?
Yeah, it's not looking good. I mean, I'm at that store. But stick around because there's another match after this one.
Yes,
so,
indeed. Well, maybe make a comeback. 20-point life swing.
Yeah, not happening. I'm just like, yeah, I have nothing.
You don't play. Whoa, what's going on here? You don't play vampire in there?
No. Well, actually, I should probably. Like I said, I'm liking the deck as it is, but like I said, there's always 2-3 cards. I'm always, am I like, okay, do I take out the Highland Falconers and the Bats to then maybe put vampires and like some beefier? But then like it's more,
Yeah. Okay. So I guess we just said there's no way, right? Even if you kill the Pudge, I'm right there with my 9th Legion.
9th Legion. You got your.
Okay, so again, that Pathfinder Air Earth, highly recommend. But I have to say, this game occurred because of what you're about to witness in about a minute. And it was just so devastating that I just needed a... it's not that I thought that my Pathfinder was a counter or that it was a good matchup. It was just like... It was like the first game of the night. I just needed a pick-me-up. Something that just didn't feel the same way as what you're about to see. Yeah. So I wanted to just play a game with a deck that I knew would at least go into like a mid-late game. Yeah. So this is an Elementalist deck that I'm playing.
It's not your Knights deck.
It's not my current Elementalist. It's actually, but it is a Knights deck. But it's like not what it has become.
It's like it's in its infancy, kind of like it's what you originally started with, or is it something that
it's interesting because my real Knight deck that had Templar, the Templar came out for Elementalist, and this Elementalist deck adopted the Templar. Okay. So like what you're seeing is my now Templar deck, which again I changed a little bit to make it more combo oriented for the wedding. But yeah, it's kind of like, hey, I can actually play the Knights without worrying about the threshold anymore. Yeah. So I can play utility sites. So this was like very experimental Knight Elementalist, but nowhere close to what I'm currently doing.
Yeah, I see.
So I mean, I'm feeling good so far. Turn 2 because of my, I make my own Templar basically, right? Play town. Yeah. Makes my exceptionals cost 1 less.
Yeah, thanks.
I got all those Knights. So
funny enough, it's the second game in a row I pull out
the color.
Yeah, not sure if that card is right for this deck. Honestly, I don't think it really needs it.
Okay, interesting.
It's kind of, but just the way to get all the thresholds out pretty quickly. So I'm loving this. The fact that you put that there.
That was a mistake. I was going to say
that for me is just like
that's a mistake.
I was like Homer says,
okay, but that's what I mean. Like I built this deck to be an aggressive Knight deck, so I'm like, I'm gonna put my shit in your face. Not a good idea versus essentially Fury Road, right? Yeah. Like it's not a good idea. So because now you kill my guy, and now you just have that free site to attack into, from with ease, right?
Essentially. So. Hey, you get to draw a site.
I do. Did I even draw the site? Or did I forget? Well, it's pretty brutal if I forgot to draw the site. I think I forgot to draw the site. Yeah. No, I have 2. I have 3 in play and I have 2 in my hand. Yeah. So it's okay.
So.
Oh, and I had to pass the turn, I think. I just made a gesture with my hand to pass the turn.
So you moved your token?
Yeah. It's my site.
Yeah, but why I have the...
Well, you're killing it anyways. So I figured as long as if you decide not to kill it, I at least have...
Yeah, but if you move it and tap it, and then I attack your
I could block, So I don't know what I was thinking with that. we have to see. I have to see the hand. I can't. Oh, okay.
So now your town
is turned off. Yeah.
Turned off. Well, I'm feeling all right. At first, I was like indifferent about smokestack, but then as I was able to as I was like drawing it in certain games and then playing it, I was like, yeah, this
is pretty good.
Positioned correctly, this card could like really screw up the opponent, especially if they're depending on a certain site.
Yeah. Okay, Saracen Raider attack for 3. So like the thing is I skipped my last turn basically. I played a site and said go, and you already had a 3 power minion on board. Now you have 2. And my deck is like a 1 card per turn deck until I can start using my movement spells, but that still requires minions.
Yeah.
It's not good.
It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry.
And another stupid leprechaun, is like nothing that can actually interact with your guys. This is... Are you starting to get the picture as to why I wanted a second game before we changed people?
Let the people enjoy the spectacle. It's like, hey...
Yeah, talk about struggling with your sorcerer on camera. This is like the complete opposite. This is pristine gameplay from you.
But honestly, like, it was the last meetup. Like, this match is what I experienced, like...
More often
than not. Like, let's say if I played 5 games with Sorcerer, 3 were like this. 1 I lost and 1 was like I won, but it was a bit more of a struggle.
Okay.
So like 60% of the games were like this kind of playstyle.
Oh, that's the fucking gross, disgusting.
Flanking maneuver.
I mean, you arguably didn't even have to do that. You're probably just...
Yeah, but I'm wanting to go into now... Because I'm like, I could... If I play minions on score 3 and attack there... Then I have other minions there, so I'm trying to spread myself out.
Okay.
More, so like now you're having to like deal with more. Because if I put everything on one site, I mean, if you have earthquake, whatever, but I'm trying to spread myself out more. So now you can't just be like, oh, I'll play Bury and then destroy all your.
This early elementalist, this deck is kind of an embarrassment.
Well, I mean, you got Grandmaster Wizard.
Yeah, but it has no power, right? So like,
how did you get that out so early?
Oh, I have the tower. I have 5 sites plus 1 from the tower. But
like, enough, we're just talking, singing its praises.
Yeah. But the current version of Elementalist, which I would highly recommend people take a look at, like, don't think that this is my Elementalist deck, let's just put it that way. Has cards like Atlantean Fate, right? And like, it's just things that I can actually do to put an end to your 5 minions. And you only have 2 here, but like, you play 1 more, and I'm already so wrecked with how things have been going for me. I'm probably just sitting there in the bar, like, please, not again, like, I'm saying, like, look at this.
Yeah. It's like,
just like having to relive this is actually so detrimental to my mental health.
Look at it.
Like, isn't this June? Isn't this supposed to be Men's Mental Health Month? This is not good.
You will suffer. By the time this video was posted, it'll be July, so that's long gone.
Yeah, that's fair. That's true. That's true. This is only going to get posted. Okay, but yeah, look at your board, right? So imagine Atlantean Fate here. All of a sudden, all I have to do is deal with 1 minion if I Atlantean Fate.
Yeah, that's true.
Changes like everything.
But that's why I tried to spread it out a bit more because.
Yeah. But no, this is brutal. Like, I'm literally doing nothing. Right? I'm drawing cards, I'm drawing sites. So like, I'm not drawing poorly in the sense of having to draw 1 card versus the other, like an Atlas or whatever. My deck is giving me a chance, but yeah, you just came in way too fast, way too strong, way too consistent. You're doing what I usually experience on my table.
Yeah. So
yeah, honestly, the worst part about the situation that I'm in is then still watching your avatar just tap to draw cards. It's like, I'm already trying to deal with 5 things here. Can you just stop drawing cards?
Draw.
Yeah.
That mill of cards is flowing into my hands.
Yeah. Oh yeah, blazes. Oh my god! And like, look at that. I haven't yeah, I just give up. I'm just like, yeah, that's fine. Like I like to have 2 blockers. I can deal with your red cap and your Saracen, but no. As soon as you play Blaze, you just smoke everything in 1 shot. Even the Grandmaster Wizard died.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah, you if this was a bedroom setting, I'd be pregnant. This is just getting so fucked. Sorry for the swearing, but this is like so crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
anyways, you can probably figure why we decided to give this extra game. It was very fast, very to the point. Then
I would feel bad if people had to wait a whole week and just have to watch like a 7-minute match, and it's like, oh.
But that's also why we felt it was actually extremely important, appropriate to put this with the Pathfinder deck, Pathfinder game that you just watched, because they kind of go together in the sense that this happened to me, and I just wanted a chance to play like a real game after experiencing this, which is why we switched to the Pathfinder afterwards.
Yeah.
So you're watching it in reverse order, but it's still very flavorful combination of decks to put because of how it all happened in real life. So
yeah,
you are experiencing what we experience in reverse order, but
yeah, and you know, showcasing what my deck does more times than not.
Yes.
So at least there's evidence on the camera that my deck could actually perform well.
And usually, I think at the end of the videos, you usually see me counting the cards.
Yeah.
This is the first time I think I just put it directly in the box, and and I pulled the Pathfinder. At least see, look, there it is. There's a Pathfinder. Like I literally, this game ended. I put my deck away and I pulled up the next one. Like, can we just play one more? Can we just do one more, please? This is.
I think I was like, no, I think I'm good for the nighttime. When the game will go.
Yeah, I gotta go home. Yeah, my dog's waiting for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anywho.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.
You enjoyed the double feature.
Yeah.
And we'll catch you in the next one.